Hello there, welcome to part 8 in the 10 Minutes at the Piano series. Today looking at the 4 primary chord types, and the reason these are important is because they appear in every song ever written. So as I've said before in some other videos, what we're doing by looking at these small components of pianism is training the fingers to be ready for a battle, and the battle is the actual piece of music that you may want to learn to play, something by Beethoven Liszt or some jazz piece, even a composition that you might want to write. So understanding these chords is one thing. The second thing is that they give you an opportunity to master all 12 major scales, which of course is very, very important, and they also give the fingers an opportunity to practice, and they also give you a chance to try different rhythms, different styles, and some techniques on how to play them. So quite a lot to do with these 4 primary chord types. Now they come from the major scale. In the previous video we looked at the circular fourths and the circular fifths, which is a good way to go through these chords. If you don't want to go through using the circular fourths and fifths, you can just do them chromatically, just going through the notes individually, so you have a choice. But I'll use the circular fourths or fifths, and I'll also choose random ones to demonstrate. So the 4 primary chord types are major 7, dominant 7, and then those same 2 chord types but with a minor major 7, minor 7, and that they can be named, they can be written as C major 7 can be written as MAJ 7, can be written as a big capital M with a 7 or not. Sometimes you don't see the 7 after it, or it can be written as a triangle. So C major 7 would be C with a triangle next to it, and sometimes you see this triangle with a 7 next to it as well. It all means C major 7. The C7 is just written, well, any key. 7 means dominant 7, and then minor only and always refers to the 3rd dropped 1 semitone. Sometimes people talk about the dominant 7 and they say C minor 7, but what they actually mean is C dominant 7, and when they say incorrectly the word minor, they are incorrectly implying that the major 7 is minored to be a dominant 7, but that's very, very confusing, because how would they then say the real chord C minor 7? Would they say C minor minor 7? See, so don't get caught in the trap of using minor to represent the 7th, the dominant 7, because it doesn't. Minor only refers to the 3rd going down a semitone in all 12 keys. So that's very important. So C major 7 in any key. I'm going to demonstrate in C first. C major 7, C dominant 7, C minor major 7, and then C minor dominant, but you don't need to say it, 7. So one thing is to know them, and the second thing is to know how they feel, how they sound, an emotional connection. So how do we find them? How do we play them? The major 7 and the dominant 7th are simply based on the major triad. Tri means 3, of course. C, E, G, number 1, 3, 5 in any key. Let's do it in F. This is the triad. A flat, the triad. D flat, the triad. And what you want to do to play the major 7 is, did I say dominant or major? I forgot. I'll start with the major 7, is to play the 7th note of the major scale. That's why it's called major 7, because it's the 7th of the major scale. It's very logical. So a quick way to find the major 7th is to go 1 semitone below the key that you're in and then put it on top. So let's pick a random one, B flat. B flat's major 7th note is the A, as if you came from down here, and then you would play the A with the B flat triad, and that would be B flat major 7. That's the idea. So we'll go on C major 7. That's how you play a major 7. The dominant 7 is simply the flattened, not minor, the flattened major 7. Now this one sounds bluesy, even though it's just 1 semitone away, and in all the keys it sounds quite bluesy and happy and all these kind of words. Major 7 sounds romantic, longing, sad. I'm just playing major 7s in random keys here. back to C again. So there's a big difference, just even though one semitone is different on the top, the major seventh and the dominant seven. And then all you can do is add the minor to those two chord types with the seventh. So you would get C minor, this is your bass triad, let's say. You have a major triad and a minor triad, let's call that a bass triad. And you can put all different chord types on top of a major triad or a minor triad. And so this time let's play C minor, major 7. Now that sounds kind of mysterious. In any key, of course. It always sounds the same. The emotional connection is connected to the name of the chord. It doesn't matter what key it's in. So C minor, major 7. I have a little sentence which is helpful. With chords, if you want to name it, you say what you play. C minor, major 7. And if you want to play a chord, you play what you say. I want to play E minor, major 7. Well, I'll play E minor, 5th, major 7. So you play what you say, or you say what you play. That's how you name chords. Even very complicated chords follow the same logic. So the final chord is the C minor 7. I didn't use the word major because I'm not playing the major 7th of the major scale. I'm playing its flattened sister, let's say. So this is C minor 7. And that sounds soft. I like C minor. I like minor 7th chords. D minor 7, G minor 7, E flat minor 7, B flat minor 7. It's a very unique sound, that minor 7th. So now what can you do with that? Well, you can practice recognizing them first before you start doing complicated finger things. So for example, you may just simply go through in this way. First of all, so do it in this order because it's easy to remember and recognize. First of all, go for your go for the major 7th, and then to the dominant 7, and then to the minor 7, so the 7 stays on top, and then bring up the 7th to the major 7th again, but keep the minor. So major 7, I'll do it in a new key. I'll do it in the key of G. G major 7, G7, G minor 7, G minor major 7. So there's 4 shapes to go through 12 keys. Okay, that's only 48 things to do, but play with it for a few weeks. How can you do that? You could play. You could go through the circle of fourths, doing that in a very simple open chord way with both hands, just playing one each. And then go up to a 4th. C goes up to F, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, minor major 7. Go up a 4th to B flat, major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, minor major 7. And then go up a 4th again to E flat. So you can go around the circle of 4ths, you could go around the circle of 5ths, which means you do it in C, and then you go up a 5th to G. It's your choice. Or go up chromatically and do it in D flat, and then go do it in D. It's a nice little pattern to get into through all the 12 keys because it's very, very important. Now you can take it even further and do some more interesting things. So you may do some what you might call block arpeggios. So you may play, for example, I'm going to play a chord randomly, C minor 7, left hand, right hand, left hand where the right hand was, right hand goes up, left hand where the right hand was, right hand goes up, and then do the same thing coming down. It gets a bit muddy down here, so maybe stop here on the octave below the C, middle C is here. So you might do that with C7. And let's do it in F sharp major 7, minor 7. Now playing around with this will really open up the piano for you, and it also gives you a nice little finger exercise, you see. So let's do it in A major 7, a dominant 7. So nice little practice, see? Minor 7. Major 7. Oh, I was just hit minor major 7. It's a nice little exercise, and then you might go to a random one. Let's go down to E flat. Minor major 7. Minor major 7 that was, now it's minor 7. Major 7. So there's lots of different things that you can do, but I do like this one. That's quite a common sound to have to do on the piano when you're playing. The camera fell off. Let's try again. These are all very important chords to use. They appear in all different kinds of songs, and they give you a very good opportunity to practice your fingers and practice your rhythms. So, you know, have a play with those, go through them in all 12 major scales, and you'll see a great improvement. Thank you very much for watching. See you in part 9. Have a comment, subscription, like, all these things, blog. All the best.